Welcome back, Midnight Magic Musing family. I am the Earl of Florida, your never humble host. Today we're going to be going through a realm of reality. You got to check out some of Lord Cephas and Lady Cephas's opinions on Daryl Dixon, the newest entry into the Walking Dead universe. Now you get to listen to me ramble on about it. You've already heard me listen to my thoughts on the first episode. If you haven't, you can check it out somewhere up here, Magic YouTube. And you can also check out Lord Cephas and Lady Cephas's opinion on the series. Also check it out somewhere around here, Magic of YouTube again. Now, so let's go right into it. Let's not take up too much of your time because, well, I'm nice. I'm like Lord Cephas. So the first episode we talked about hit a lot of points I had pointed out. You know, the hero, the begrudging hero, the journey, the watching over a kid, blah blah blah. If you haven't watched it, that's your fault, not mine. So don't get mad at me. But I did say that the following episodes in this series would evolve and change from the typical tropes that have been proven so well. So let's start with episode 2. So we see Daryl and the nun Isabel and the other nun and the young boy Laurent, and I'm going to pronounce that wrong the entire way. It's not my fault. Lord Cephas sent the notes and a pronunciation guide, as he always does, and as always, he's wrong. Blame him, not me. Put it in the comments. Ask him why. Why is he always wrong? But episode 2, it wasn't bad. It was, just introducing as they go out of the nunnery, the monastery, and continue on the little path. It gives them a little time to see time pass on, heal up a little bit. And you get to meet a group of bloodthirsty kids, like kids these days, except they have pointy objects and they are respectful and they say their blessing before food, so nothing like today. No, I'm kidding. For the most part, maybe. Who knows? But either way, these kids, led by a kid that, an older lady who ran a preschool, looked like well advanced in her age, is passing on. So Daryl needs to get another horse or mule or donkey for their wagon so them to continue. So he goes, raids, blah, 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 runs to another American. The short version of it is, he lies to the kids. And, to manipulate him so he can get something that he needed. But in the end, he owned up to it, and he, grew a little bit in this edition of Daryl, where, he's starting to take responsibility for his choices in line, and that foreshadows the relationship between the nun Isabel and the boy Laurent, whatever his name is. Episode 3. Is Paris something Paris. That's what it's called in French. And my French is French toast, French fries, and French kiss. But not recently, because no. So anyway, continuing on. We're going to edit that out. Maybe not. Who knows? But either way, Daryl's group finally gets to Paris, and they meet, several different characters. They meet an establishment who were expecting them, led by an older gentleman, and you get to actually start to see a little bit of camaraderie, a little bit of hominess, a little bit of who these people are. They're also human, as opposed to most of the ones we've seen up to this point, including the creepy dude in the theater. That was just creepy and reminiscent of High School Band. That's all I'm going to say. But either way, so you get to meet them. Then they get to a nightclub. You also find out a little bit about Isabel's background, which you already knew that. But you meet an interesting character at the nightclub, and the villain from the first episode comes back. Obviously, he's still wanting revenge. Cordon. I will keep wanting to call him Cordon, like cordon cheese. But either way, he's still looking for revenge. Daryl's still wanting to get a boat. He agreed to take him to Paris, so he's doing that. They're in Paris now, so now the nun's, continuing on what she said that she would do. But lo and behold, the bad guys, who at this point we've been seeing a little bit more of, want Daryl dead. They want the boy because the boy is a firebrand for the rebellion, or, you know, Vive la France, you know, the Free France versus this kind of a tyrannical rule by this woman that we've seen now in another scene where she's the one who's responsible for Daryl appearing. You know what? This is just very, very long and over. So here we go. The journey continues, and episode 5 is something else, but it's mostly flashbacks of how Daryl got there. He got used collecting zombies, and then, you know, he got kidnapped on a boat, escaped, but he fought a really, really strong and fast zombie right before he jumped off the boat. Okay, so we're going to stick everything into one little thing. Is Daryl Dixon good? Is it worth watching? It's very reminiscent of The Walking Dead, the first season, because it follows the main character. At that point was Andrew Lincoln and Rick Grimes. And it was, you know, we were getting a smattering of the supporting cast. Same thing going on here. Same thing going on there. Rick Grimes goes from sheriff, you know, where he had some responsibility, to where he was in a coma and alone, no responsibility, trying to find his way home, which to him, home was Lori and Carl and, you know, his partner or whatnot. So where, you know, it was what, episode 3 or 4, when he started slowly evolving into a leadership role and taking responsibility for the other characters there. And then by the end of the season, he was the one leading the charge. Well, here it does a very similar train of thought, except we already know Daryl, we know who he is, we know he's trying to get home, you know, Carol, RJ, Judith, the family, and we know what he's trying to do. But, see, Daryl Dixon could have easily floundered and sunk, but what they have done is they have done some great casting. Also some writing that's, you know, top notch. You know, the villain that you know, has been chasing him, trying to get revenge for killing his brother from the first episode, I'm supposed to hate. But the thing is, I feel bad for him because I understand he wants revenge. Daryl understands that too. So there's a little bit of a, you know, a duality here between Cordon Bleu and Daryl Dixon, where they're two different sides of the same coin, and Daryl's been the other side before, as we remember from Earl. The casting for Isabel the Nun, very good. She's you know, excellent. Laurent, he it's an odd role to cast, but the kid is both charismatic and also you know, innocent and sheltered, but earnest. And he does a very good, he does it very well. You're introduced to the big bad leader, you know, Janae, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. You know, Jeanette. Either way, she's the bad chick in charge. You know, she's French, so she's supposed to be bad. And there goes all our watchers from France. I'm kidding. That's not what I meant. Actually, she does a very good job being the you know, the evil henchman and whatnot. But one of my favorite characters that was introduced in this season was a character named Quinn, who, spoiler alert, ends up being is very important in the backstory of several of the characters. And, you know, for a certain amount of time, I was like, you know, it would be perfect. I mean, brilliant if he was the actual leader of, you know, the good guy rebellion group, while working as, you know, the bad guy henchman, because he's got all the connections and he has reasons to want to, but, you know, they didn't do it. They obviously know better than me because I'm just, you know, a low totem pole. writer-author, and they are spanning 20 plus years of writing in the Walking Dead universe. But the character who plays Quinn is very charismatic. He's fun. He's pretty, and he's also, that I think was a missed opportunity. He could have been good, or he could have been used to be the potential John Berthnall's Shane, where he could good guy, bad guy, maybe, who knows, or even potentially a Negan-esque without being that diabolical and that awesome as Jeffrey Dean Morgan. But there's a missed opportunity there. So overall, squishing it down, they escape. Cordon Bleu catches them and gets ready to shoot him, but he was there for revenge, not to shoot the kids, so he shoots the bad guy people, and Daryl and company make it to the safety where he gets the opportunity to go get on a boat to go home. Doesn't happen. We don't see it happen. We do see a little bit of a history, which I know some people complained about. Who cares about Daryl Dixon's grandfather dying in France at the beaches in France and being buried there? But I say, you know what? His father was MIA for the most of his life. Merle's dead. Daryl doesn't have any quote-unquote family holding him down, but this is kind of a tangible. He sees the grave, and it reminds him that his family has fought for France before when they didn't even need to. So, it gives a little bit of solidarity there and purpose, in my opinion, that some people don't particularly care for. Spoiler at the end, you do see a little bit of Carol chasing down Daryl's motorcycle and trying to find out what happened. But overall, I would say Daryl Dixon, good show, worth watching. Did I have a problem with pacing for any of the episodes? I know some people complained about the backflash, but I enjoyed seeing what happened with Daryl. Plus, there are some, some soft moments there in the present with Laurent and Aslan, who I love that name, love the character too, but, leave that there. But you watch it, you'll understand why. But I did like the back and forth, and I didn't have a problem with that. Obviously, episode 5 left it on a great cliffhanger for the finale, which just nailed it out of the park. And, so overall, you know what? I like it. I recommend it. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, check it out. If you're a fan of any of the others, not necessarily the flagship, check it out. If you're a flag of zombies, check it out, because you're not just going to be stuck with the normal run-of-the-mill Walking Dead zombies. We get some zombies on steroids. Possibly. We don't know what they're on, but it could be steroids. It could be some, FDA unapproved steroids that they have pumped up these zombies full of and made them fast, made them run. Now, I do have an interesting idea. So it appears that maybe they were partially responsible for the burner zombies being released. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But if, you get bit by a burner zombie, do you turn into a burner zombie? So if they were responsible for the burner zombies getting out, what happens if one of these, souped up steroid zombies gets out and bites somebody? Do they become zombies of the same nature? Can we have a potential new epidemic of steroid zombies who are also, Olympic athletes? Is it possible? You know what? We're going to have to check that out and wait until season 2 of Daryl Dixon drops. And until then, check out Fear the Walking Dead. Lord Cephas and Lady Cephas just got done doing a quick version of the new episode dropped of Fear the Walking Dead, the second half of season 8, which is the final season. I'm catching up there, so I'm going to be behind, as usual, coming with ease. But either way, check that out. And then if you haven't checked out Dead City, Lord Chief Lady Cephas says check it out. My opinion, slightly different, but you know what? Check it out for yourself. Let us know. And if you like these sort of things, let us know. Leave a comment. Hit like. Hit subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me something, and I promise not to cry by the 5 minutes to the corner, because the corner is no longer comfortable. I actually have a little alcove over here, which has some pillows and a nice cushion and a blankie, which I will nap there much, much longer and cry much, much longer because it's so comfy. So I promise not to cry more than 5 minutes in the corner anymore. So until next time, we love you. Check out Daryl Dixon. Check out the other videos. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with an enemy. Who cares? Share it. And we'll see you next time on Midnight Magic Musings.